All right, first of all, today's Friday. I'm making the video for Thursday. As you can see in front of me, I'm eating breakfast. I have eggs and some Turkish bread. And I'm sorry, I don't want to make you guys hungry, but this is the only time I can do this because afterwards I'm going to school. And I gotta go early today. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. I felt like shit and I didn't go to school. And I really just didn't feel good the whole day. I didn't have any motivation to work. But why do I say it's amazing? Is because like at 5, 6 p.m., something just switched. And I went and did everything I needed to do, including fixing up this camera. This is my film camera. And this was broken for months after I gave this to a friend. And he absolutely obliterated the shutter and it wasn't firing, it wasn't taking pictures. Now it's working beautifully, and yeah, I finally have a camera that shoots film. The other thing is, I did something crazy. I think this took me like 2.5 hours yesterday, somewhere around there. I texted every single person in my Instagram DMs, every single one I've ever texted, even the people who I haven't spoken to in 2 years, even those people, to just see how their life is going. Maybe if they need a session. I knew it was gonna work, but it's insane how many people want sessions from me. Oh, and literally right now as I speak, my phone just connected to Wi-Fi. Because, I just woke up and I ate this, right? And I'm just getting text messages right now. You can't see them every single second right now. Oh my gosh. The nice thing is that I'm finally booking like consistent jobs. So I have a job like every other day, technically. I have a job today. I might have a job Saturday. I might have a job next Wednesday, next Friday. Like it's kind of like every other day, which is nice. It's gonna be a lot of work. These next like 8 days are gonna be hell, but I gotta do what I gotta do to the 5K. I just also want you guys to see that like when you have a start of a day that absolutely feels like shit, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to even wake up from my bed. Normally I'm meditating in the morning. I'm being grateful for God. I didn't even do that. I go through my school community. I didn't even do that. On days like that where I didn't do anything for the first half of the day to being incredibly productive for those last like 5 to 6 hours, that kind of day for me is very normal, but I already diagnosed why. I just noticed that my mind is running away from the pressure. That's the only way I can explain it. Pressures of hitting the 5K, all the work that's required. For the first half of the day, you think about that and you don't want to do it. And then for the second half of the day, you think about the outcome. You think about how you're going to feel at the end. You think about cashing in the money and like giving X amount to your dad, X amount to your mom, X amount to your sister, blessing everyone around you, putting this into the business, buying this for yourself. And yeah, like that drives me so much to the point that you're gonna find this cringe maybe, but I started listening to motivational videos, like those compilations of like speeches and like certain podcasts that all have like motivational quotes and like talks about life. I found this one guy who compiles them and makes them into like short 15-minute videos, and I just listen to that every morning. Because you hear from so many different people about their story, about their mentality. It's awesome. And you might find it cringe. I don't give a fuck, honestly. To me, it works. Also, another game-changing tip I'll tell you is when you're working, listen to brown noise. Most people have heard of white noise. Listen to brown noise. Keeps you in such a present and motivated state. I don't really know how, but for me personally, when I listen to that music, it just shifts my wavelength, and I'm just like, I'm so locked in. Anything, you just give me brown noise in the background. Maybe I'm just autistic, but that's just absolute game changer. Anyway, today the agenda is obviously to go to school, to do more outreach. Yesterday I think I did like 200 messages of outreach, maybe even more. So today, gotta probably match that. Maybe even do 300 Today I probably also got to go to the gym because it's been a couple days. But yeah, we're not looking so bad. You know, for the fact that I'm not working out that often, because right now I go like maybe once or twice a week, I still look pretty good. That really surprises me. But I guess sleep has been on point now. There's not been a single day where I've gotten like below 8. My diet's really on point. Like everything's shaping up to be very good. It's just the frequency of training is not that high right now, which is, it is what it is. I gotta make sacrifices for the business right now. Some other updates I can give you is that I'm trying to buy a flash from this guy on Facebook Marketplace. But one thing I'll say is every single time I've bought in person, like meeting someone in person on Facebook Marketplace, I've always had a good experience. My bike, which is sitting outside my house, I bought that on Facebook Marketplace. I bought my camera and the lens it's attached to, the Sony, on Facebook Marketplace. Every single time I've done deliveries, so like I buy the product and then the product is supposed to ship to me, I've always got scammed, always. So in-person meetups are the way to go. Don't get scammed. That's a lesson for you guys who want to buy camera gear. Because honestly, most of the time, it's not even worth buying new camera gear. That's what I do. Everything I have is used. Even the camera I was shooting on previously, the Olympus 5, that was a refurbished camera, I think. All right, cheers, guys.